What's going on, YouTube? Want to do a little update video for this week on what's going on in the fish room. Give you a view of some of the fry and some fish, and give you a little clue as to what's going on. I want to start by closing the garage door here. Give you a little glimpse of the start of one of the projects. It's about halfway to 3/4 of the way through. You can see my insulated garage door, but if you look above that, you can now see my centralized heating and air conditioning unit. It is up, hanging on the wall. The main unit is in the backyard on a pad. You can see the electrical and the water line for the drain coming out. The drain and the electric are already ran all outside. He's just got to come back to connect it all to this unit here and hook it to the breaker, and we will be up and running with AC and heating. So that's very exciting. Also today I went to Lowe's and purchased all of the PVC to run the centralized filter system. Also got a shelf to hang the actual linear piston pump up on the wall toward the top of the ceiling, and got all the fittings for running it. You can see some airline tubing there that I have gotten from Gemco. It came with the filter system. You'll see I have my 40-gallon tank up and running, that one that was always empty over here you guys saw. Right now I just have some convict cichlids in it. I'm trying to get it using the convicts to get the tank cycled so that I can move these nice big old bad boys that I got from John at KG Tropicals this week. Let me go open the garage door again so that it's easier to see in here. Sooner or later, one of the projects will include getting some lighting in here, but the air conditioning and the filter system have taken precedent over that for right now. Then next will come more tanks, and after that more breeding colonies, and then probably lighting. But check that bad boy out. He is every bit of 6 or 7 inches. He's as big as my Tangerine tiger. Don't freak out, this is just a quarantine tank, so I can make sure that everything's good and copacetic before I put them into this tank that's cycling behind me. They are not staying in this tank. It's just a quarantine tank. I also got an Ethel male in here somewhere. I think he's, yeah, right there. Got him to go with my remaining Ethel females from the sawdust incident. You guys have seen all of these tanks. These are the Kenyai / Blueberry OB Mbuna tank. And then my Tangerine tigers are growing steadily. Once I get that centralized filter system up, these guys will be moving to a 55-gallon to grow out. I'm pretty sure they're maxing out in this tank that I have them in. There's quite a few of them in here. They're about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. But I want to get these guys growing into some size. Over here is my Aratus, and I've added some convict babies in there to sell from an inside tank that I have now turned into a Peacock and Hap tank with, I also have my parrot fish in there. Them guys never hurt anybody, and I like them, so I'm going to leave them in there. Next to that is the OB batch. I've sold quite a few of these, and I'll take you inside to my OB Hap tank, and you'll see that I have one of those in there that is a male that I'm keeping. He is a keeper, and he'll be in that tank. This is my Tangerine tiger breeding colony. I'm hoping you'll be able to see this guy better with this new camera. All the females are down here, the 2 males are over there. The dominant one is still over there, but there's the subdominant one. My big male is right there. Hopefully you can see him. He's all of 7, probably 8 inches, as big as that albino Taiwan reef John sent me. But yeah, check that bad boy out. John wasn't joking when he said this guy was a good looking fish. Orange, bright orange body, white face, got a bright red splash on his anal fin. He is just awesome. Be picking up some more females for him on the next shipment John gets. Over to this side, not much has changed. These guys are growing. This is a batch of German Reds. They're about half an inch or so now. They're getting some decent size. They're growing. Below that is my Chilliwack Red Shoulders. Trying to get you some good shots of the males now that I got a good camera. There's my breeder male there. He is a sexy fish, and he has gotten to work. There's a holding female in here. Saw her the other day. She's the one that's hiding back there in the back. Be pulling her out soon. There's my Radis breeding colony. My male there. This here is my Ivory Head Mulatto breeding colony. And there's the male there. He's not showing any colors because I just put the rest of the females back in here because they just spit their fry behind me. So I doubt they're in any mood to breed right this moment. Next to that is my Kenyi breeding colony. And I think that Mama Kenyi is holding again. A little hard to tell at the moment, but she's not opening her mouth at all, and she didn't eat last night, so I believe that she's holding, but we'll see. Below that is my albino red top breeding colony. The male's got all the females tucked over here, all scared, so there's probably some action going on in here. He doesn't like me being over here. He's hiding behind that pot back there. And you can probably see in all of these that I have put all of the sponge filters in all of the tanks already to get them ready and get all this good beneficial bacteria going on them while I'm waiting to install the actual system. It's a good idea to get these in there so that they can grow the good bacteria on them. Get acclimated to the tank, kind of like your fish do. This is an OB batch, about another batch of OBs. You can see some of these guys are getting some good size and color. Look at that guy right there. These guys are a little bit bigger. They're about 3/4 of an inch now. All right. Behind me, I'm not going to have any shortage of OBs in here either. Got 2 more OBs holding large batches in this tank. Below that is a good sized batch of albino red tops. They're getting some good size. They're about ready to move over to a tank behind me. Like I said, no shortage of OBs. This is a large batch of OB peacocks. You can see in there I got OB peacocks everywhere. There's probably a good 60 to 75 in there. Up here is the Ivory Head batch, as I was telling you about. There's a bunch of Ivory Head mulattoes in there. That tank is empty right now. I'll be putting some Regal Blues in there later. I got 2 Regal Blues holding. And last week my little ploy worked. My flavescents have gotten to work. I have 2 holding flavescent females. They're both hiding back there behind the sponge filter. This is a holding Super Red Empress. One of the biggest ones I have. She's a beast. You can see her tail's hanging past the sponge filter, and so is her head. So she's a good size one. This is a batch of Apache peacocks. My male is out, so I'm going to try and get you a good picture of him. He's always hiding. Let's see if we can. Oh, there he went behind his pot. It's like he knows the camera's coming. We'll keep an eye on him, see if we can't get him out. But he does good work. There's 3 more Apache holding females. Next to that is a batch of Super Red Empress. Get out the way here. These guys are got some 3/4 of an inch now. They'll be moving over to a bigger tank soon. This tank has a holding Angara Flametail female. Above that, happy to say I've got my first batch of red top Luanda fry. So we now have some red top Luanda fry in this fish room. Next to that is some Kenyais. My Kenyais are very productive. I'll never have a shortage of Kenyais in this fish room either. Below that is a batch of Taiwan reefs. Should be able to see those guys pretty well. Up here is a batch of Angara Flametail fry. Pretty good little batch there. And then my two most productive breeding colonies, which I've told you in the past, batches of Regal Blue fry. There is no shortage of Regal Blue flies in this fish room. You can see how many of them are in there. These guys are definitely ready to move over to a larger tank, and I'll be doing that probably today or tomorrow. Then my second most productive, my German Reds. I'm not sure because I have red gravel in here if you'll be able to see them, but there is just as many German Reds in here as there is Regal Blues in the tank next to them. There is a good 75 to 100 German Reds in here. So there'll be no shortage of those either. Behind me, you guys have seen these 100 million times, is my breeder wall, the Super Red Empress down there. My red top Luanda's there. My Angara Flametails up there. My German Reds. My Taiwan Reefs. Look at that guy. That's not a sexy Taiwan Reef. I don't know what is. There is my OB Peacock breeding colony. There's the male there. It's actually showing some good orangish color today, along with blues and yellows. He's a good looking male, I like him. He's very productive also. Above that, my Regal Blues. There is the most productive male in here. He has, I believe if I remember right, at least 2 or 3 of these are holding already. And we now have another male. What I thought was a female is now showing blue. So I've gotten a male for a female price. Thanks, John. Not complaining there. We'll be ordering some more Regal Blue females. Or I just may use some of those guys and grow them out. We'll see what happens. Next to that, my Flavescence. Beautiful, gorgeous male right there. Oh, he's out. Let me see if I can get him on camera before he darts. There is the Apache Peacock male right there. Kind of looks like the Flavescent. A little more blue in his face, and the blue across his body kind of looks a little purple. Very similar to Flavescent, just got more bluish purple tones. Flavescent up here shows more yellow across the body. He shows more bluish purple across his body. Beautiful fish, but he's very productive. I can see standing here 2 more holding females. Have to get them out later. This is my son's little baby tank. Have some more little convict fry in here. And there is 3 red top Luanda fry in here that was in a bag when I received the breeding colony from John. And I put them in here. They've been in here ever since. They're getting some good size, getting close to 1 inch now. My little boy loves being involved in his fish room. He has his own tank in here, has his own tank in the bedroom. Let me take you inside. I want to get you a glimpse of that new tank that I started, that Peacock tank, if you didn't see it on the video I'm uploading now. Let me get my chair out of the way from earlier. See if we can't get you a view of this tank. Turn this light on here. Okay, now what this tank has become is basically all the subdominant males that I had gotten. I originally had 2 males in each tank, and they started fighting. I, like John at KG Tropicals, think that I should have 2 males because sometimes, you know, nature happens. They shoot duds. They're too aggressive with the females, and there's multiple reasons why a male wouldn't work out in a breeding colony. So if at all possible, I try and get 2 of them. So this is all the subdominant males, except for I have 3 Chillawilla red shoulders in here, and I've mentioned how that happened on a previous video. I ordered 5 females and I ended up getting 3 males and 2 females out of the batch. So like I said, I have my parrot cichlids in here with them. They're a beautiful fish. They don't cause any ruckus, no tail nippage. I did have my convict fry in here growing, and I thought I got them all out when I cleaned the tank, but 2 of them hid really well. There's one right there. Got to catch them next time again, and there's one right there. But yeah, there's quite a few peacocks in here. It's got a good start. There's my flavescent second male. This is the other Apache. Could probably get a better shot of the Apache in here if he'll turn sideways. That's my subdominant Apache male, my subdominant OB, my Angara flametail. The second one is back there. There's my little OB that I bred myself that I told you I brought in here. Hope it shows up on camera, but he's coloring up nicely. Got blue across his top fin. His face is turning blue. He's got some opalescent color going through his fins. He's really cool. I think he's going to color up really nicely. But yeah, everybody's been asking when I'm going to do a all-male tank, and here it is, people. It's starting. Here it goes. So each time I order a new breeding colony from John, I always get a second male, and this is where it'll go. Alright, YouTube, that's this week's update. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. Go check out John at KG Tropicals. Order up some fish. I think he's still got a great sale going on, trying to clear out for a new shipment coming in. So go pick you up some new fish. I know I did. Alright, YouTube, later.